Most people chase cellular cleanup with fasting alone. Skip a day, wait it out, hope for the best. But there's a faster lever, and it's one you're already holding: movement. Autophagy is simply your body's internal recycling system, clearing out damaged cellular parts. And today, you'll learn the specific type of movement that triggers it on demand without needing a multi-day fast to get there. Skip this, and you're leaving one of the fastest on switches your body has completely unused. 1. Empty the tank before you can clean. Your muscles and liver store sugar as glycogen, and as long as that tank is full, your body has no reason to dig deeper. Easy fuel is sitting right there, so it uses that instead of touching fat stores or clearing out cellular debris. This is the real reason a full-body resistance session, 30 to 50 minutes, hitting every major muscle group, does something a light workout can't. It drains that tank fast enough to force a switch. Once glycogen runs low, your body has no choice but to reach for fat, produce ketones, and start treating repair as the priority instead of an afterthought. This lines up with the FASTER study, published by researcher Jeff Volek and colleagues in 2016, which found that keto-adapted endurance athletes maintained normal muscle glycogen levels while burning significantly more fat during exercise than non-adapted athletes. Evidence that this shift in fuel preference doesn't come at the cost of your glycogen reserves. Full tank, storage mode; empty tank, repair mode. That's the entire logic in one line. 2. The messages your muscles are sending. Here's the part that makes exercise different from just burning calories. Working muscle releases its own signaling molecules, called exerkines. Think of them as messages sent straight to your mitochondria, instructing them to mildly uncouple, burning a small amount of energy as heat instead of banking it, which is exactly the kind of controlled stress that triggers repair and rebuilding. Do this fasted, and especially in the morning before insulin has risen for the day, and the same workout produces a noticeably stronger ketone response than the identical workout done later, fed. Exerkines are the go signal, the message that tells your cleanup crew the shift has started. 3. Why you need both types of training. Resistance training builds muscle mass, which is one of the strongest predictors of long-term healthy aging that exists. It also creates something called insulin-independent glucose uptake, your muscles pulling sugar out of your blood without needing an insulin spike to do it. But here's the trade-off, almost nobody mentions. Heavy resistance training on its own, done without any aerobic work, has been shown to temporarily stiffen the arteries. Aerobic exercise reverses that effect. Combined training, lifting plus cardio, not either alone, is what current research consistently shows keeps both your muscle and your vascular system in the shape you actually want. Your muscle isn't just tissue, it functions as an endocrine organ, sending signals your brain and blood vessels are listening to. 4. The ketone safety net. A common fear with low-carb training is muscle loss. The idea that without carbs, your body starts cannibalizing muscle for fuel. The opposite tends to happen. Ketones, particularly beta-hydroxybutyrate, appear to function as a direct brake on muscle protein breakdown. Human studies infusing BHB directly into muscle tissue have found it measurably reduces protein breakdown compared to the same muscle without it. Separately, research on exercise-induced BHB shows it activates a signaling pathway tied to BDNF, a protein linked to brain and muscle resilience under stress. In practical terms, while your workout is draining sugar and triggering repair, the ketones your body produces in the process are simultaneously protecting the muscle you already have. This tracks with a 2019 study published in the Journal of Physiology, where researchers found that raising blood ketone levels through supplementation blunted the physical symptoms of overreaching during 3 weeks of intensive training and, in the same group, measurably improved endurance performance. Ketones aren't a backup fuel your body settles for. They're acting more like a bodyguard for your muscle while cleanup is underway. 5. The fix for feeling weak. If you feel foggy, weak, or headachy during this transition, it's almost never a lack of carbs. It's electrolytes. When insulin drops during fasting and exercise, your kidneys release more sodium and water than usual, and that loss shows up as fatigue long before it shows up as thirst. A pinch of sea salt in water before training solves most of this. And if fasted training still feels like too much too soon, black coffee with a small amount of MCT oil works as training wheels. It delivers usable energy that doesn't require insulin to process, letting you build toward a fully fasted session gradually instead of all at once. Try it once, a pinch of salt and water, 30 minutes before training, and notice how much of that weakness disappears. So here is the full sequence. In order: drain the glycogen tank through resistance training. Let that trigger the exerkine signal that pushes cells toward repair. Pair it with aerobic work so your vascular system stays as flexible as your muscles are strong, and trust the ketones your body produces along the way to protect the muscle you've built rather than break it down. Movement isn't separate from cellular cleanup. For a lot of people, it's the fastest door into it. If this gave you a clearer reason to actually look forward to your next workout, I'd really appreciate a like. It helps this reach other people trying to make sense of the science behind their routine. And if you've got a question about where to start, drop it in the comment section.